Hello again, this is Dr. Michael Ming from Income MD, and this is the final session for our Side Business Success series, and I'm glad you've been following along. And on this one, we're going to talk about final preparation, what you want to know before actually you're just on the precipice of actually launching your side business. And there are just a few aspects of it that I think you want to remember before diving in. The first is, you've got your business and you're working it on the side. And most, think of the definition, right? Of a side business. You've got a full-time business. So you probably might be multitasking. You might think, you know what, I've got 30 minutes to spare, maybe during my lunchtime. I could easily multitask, work on my business on the side, and then, do my real day job while doing this. You may also think, hey, it won't hurt if I maybe use some paper or maybe some stamps from the office and apply that to the side business. You don't want to be into that situation. I've dealt with entrepreneurs who've done this, and it can really bite you on the butt if you're not paying attention to. First of all, in terms of multitasking, I like to just want to make things cut dry. You want to separate working on your side business versus your full-time business. It's very difficult to do this on the side. But in terms of rules to remember, again, don't work on your business during your day job. You might think, what's it going to hurt? It's not going to hurt anybody, but if you get caught or found out that you're working on something on the side, they actually could have the opportunity to say, hey, you've been using our resources to help you with your side business, and they might be able to claim it or possibly sue you. Again, it's just completely unethical. Do this in your spare time away from your workplace, and it's going to make things easier for you. Again, if your side business is somehow related to your day business, your day job, you don't want them finding out that you're taking away the resources, even if it's completely unrelated. Just don't do it. It's wrong, and we're moving forward. Number two is you want to guard your time at all costs. Again, you want to make things simple, and we all got 24 hours a day, 7 days out of a week. People can steal away your time, and ways to protect your time is set specific time blocks dedicated to your side business. The one thing about having a business that's online, if you focus online, is that you get distracted by things online. If you're a fan of social media, there's actually apps that can prevent you from going into things like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Rescue Time is an app that'll keep you on track. I like to actually, when I'm like my business, knowing that I'm getting distracted, I actually turn off the internet. And when I have to do things like writing or things that don't need the internet, like just as creating a video like this, to prevent myself from being distracted by things on the news or what's on ESPN, you need to protect it. So watch out for people taking away your time, as well as information and stories and other areas that can really steal that away from you. Number three, I think we're in the age of the entrepreneur, and it really shows by the number of apps and websites that are out there that can make mundane tasks easier. And I'll give you a few examples. How many times have you tried to schedule an appointment and it's just this back and forth, trying to find out the right time? This time doesn't work for me. How about this day? Doesn't work for me. How about this time? And you keep going back and forth. Well, they have apps that can help solve that problem. Here's just a couple. There's a myriad of different types of websites. YouCanBook.me is one that I've used. A very free option as well as a low-cost option. Basically say, here are the dates I'm available. You take one of the days, and that's it, or the times, that's it. Doodle.com is another. Time Trade is another. Just avoids that back and forth when trying to schedule an appointment. A lot of them can be integrated with like Google Calendar, which I use a lot, and reminders of when the appointment is taking place. Something simple that you want to have. I know a number of you are interested in doing a consulting type business. This is definitely one that you want to have on their website. You give them a time, and then they can schedule it for you, and everyone gets reminded. Other ways that you can use tasks, If you're doing a business online, you want to have a way, of course, to get paid. That's why one of the main reasons why you're doing a business, right? PayPal.com. Everybody knows about PayPal. You could use things as Stripe if you want to take Visa or MasterCard. PayPal also has a way of doing that as well. Shopify.com. You can get an online store. Again, just makes things easier for you. And there's a lot of different ways that you can use payments and create invoices and such. Makes everything much easier. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. People have already done these for you. And just as an aside, I just kind of left some of my favorite type of apps that I wanted to mention. Trello.com. I've been advocating that in the past. It's kind of a to-do list on steroids. It allows you to you can access it through your mobile phone or on your website. You can create ways to prioritize, move things around each day, identify what are the big milestones or tasks that you need to do for the day, and then you can set timers. You can link and associate different types of categories with each of the tasks that you need to do. I like a lot. Asana is a great project management site. If you're a fan of Basecamp, I think Asana is very, very similar to that. Uber Conference, if you want to do web conferencing, this is where you can get a phone number, you can call in, you can get it recorded, audio online. Most everybody knows about using cloud storage. It's pretty much everywhere. Dropbox is, of course, the most famous. Box.com, another. If you're looking to do research and think of ideas for content for a blog post that you're going to do or an email, you can use Evernote to clip content. Again, most of these are pretty familiar with. See which one works best for you. One doesn't work, you can always choose the name, like a to-do list, Trello alternative, see if there are different types. Again, don't get lost into different types of productivity apps. Again, find out which one works best for you. For most of the times, I use good old pen and paper, especially when I'm planning projects and planning big launches and things like that. Whatever works best for you, you know yourself the best. Number 4 aspect you want to think of before launching your business is just plan ahead. I like to reverse engineer things. Some of you go and say, if I could do an extra $5,000 a month, extra $10,000 a month, what's the actual intrinsic reason for that? Probably looking for something that might allow you to do less of something. Maybe you'll work less in your full-time job, and that's why you equate that number. But for some, that number 5,000, it's not very tangible. It's not really something that you can identify as a task. If you can kind of break things down, 5,000 a month is $167 a day. What can you do to bring in an extra $167 a day? Well, it could be selling 17 books at $10 each every single day. That's something that's, okay, now I've got it tangible. I need to sell 17 books. What do I need to do to make that happen? If you're looking as a client, you want to get an extra $5,000 a month. It could be 50 clients paying you $100 each, 5 clients paying you $1,000 each. What does that actually look like? What does that mean? I like to think when you're being a client to give 5 to 10 times the value. Can you have 5 clients paying you $1,000 each? What will you be giving back to them? What's information, knowledge that you can be sharing with them as a consultant? Those are the kinds of things that you want to be looking at. And then finally, do what you do best. Again, one of the most important aspects of building business is scalability. Can I have this grow? It's very difficult. You think the easiest way is just doing it at a one-man show. But if you connect with something, you find something that really clicks and pops, and you're going to grow a wild business, and it's growing like wildfire, you can't do this alone. You want to have something to help you out. Again, another great aspect of the internet is you can get really good quality work done virtually. I've mentioned these sites before: freelancer.com, upwork.com, onlinejobs.ph. These are places where you can get tasks done, but you can also have the ability to find virtual assistants who most of you are watching this are in America or Canada. There are very good quality assistants who are in countries where the dollar really goes a long way, and you might be able to uh, accumulate their knowledge and experience by hiring someone through these websites. Uh, and when I mentioned do what you do best, for example, my best is not writing. I'm not the best writer on it. I enjoy just talking like this, through video. Um, so I outsource a lot of that content creation, creating articles and such. Here's examples, everyone from Fiverr.com to iWriter.com, Upwork.com, Freelancer.com. But when you start thinking about outsourcing things and finding virtual assistants, find out trying to identify the tasks that you don't like to do, and if it can be done through a computer, this is where you can have a personal assistant. I've had one since for the last 8 years, and it's really helped me with my own business. At the end of the day, I hope that understand that launching a side business does take work. It does take persistency and being consistent, but at the end, it's just about hard work. There's no such thing as an excellent entrepreneur. It's deliberate, it's content, and it's hard work. But if you have the drive to do so, and I know all of you do, um, you wouldn't be where you're at if you didn't. If it's something that you want to do, it's really just like the old Nike frame. You just got to do it, right? So um, I want to thank you for the opportunity to share with you some of my experiences and knowledge with this. If you like this, tell your friends about it. Again, we help doctors and entrepreneurs, healthcare entrepreneurs, help them accomplish their goals. If you want to get a hold of me, you can email me at the address as listed, as well as check out some of our resources and checklists that we have for uh, doctors and healthcare professionals who want to take control of their work life and build their own business. So, again, thanks again for joining, and I'll see you on the inside.